Hello, my name is Abhishek and I'm here with my teammates Likita and Sujal. Today we'll be presenting our penetration testing findings on the Metas Portable 2 machine as part of our CYT130 final project. Here is our agenda for today. I'll be covering the target overview, the VSFTPD vulnerability and the file upload vulnerability, while Likita will cover Samba and Apache Tomcat and Sujal will cover the privilege escalation and command injection, and he will also wrap up the presentation with some recommendations. Target overview. Our target was Metasploitable 2 running on the IP address 192.168.241.129, attacked from our Kali Linux machine on the IP 192.168.241.128, both on an isolated lab network at Seneca Polytechnic. Our methodology followed 6 phases: recognition using Nmap to find open ports, enumeration to identify software versions, vulnerability identification by cross referencing CVE and exploit DB, then exploitation, post exploitation, and finally reporting. We identified 6 crucial vulnerabilities in total: 3 network level and 3 web application level. VSFTPD backdoor. The first vulnerability is CVE 2011-25-23, the VSFTPD 2.3.4 backdoor on port 21. VSFTPD version 2.3.4 was distributed in 2011 with a hidden backdoor in its source code. When an attacker authenticates with a username containing the string smiley face colon bracket, the backdoor triggers and opens a root cell on port 6200, no credentials required. We exploited this using Metasploit's VSFTPD underscore 234 underscore backdoor module. After running the exploit, we immediately received a root cell and confirmed with who am I returning root and ID showing UID equal to 0. The impact is complete unauthenticated system compromise. To fix this, VSFTPD should be upgraded immediately and FTP should be replaced with SFTP.
Hi, my name is Likita, and I'll be presenting the second network vulnerability CVE 2007-2447, the Samba 3.0.20 user map script vulnerability on port 445. Samba versions 3.0.0 to 3.0.25 contain a command injection flaw in the MSRPC username field. When the username map script option is enabled, user input is passed unsanitized to a shell command, allowing an attacker to inject OS commands through the username. We used Metasploit's user map script module, and after running it, we received a reverse root shell confirmed by who am I returning root and UID is equal to 0. The impact is full unauthenticated remote root access. The fix is to upgrade Samba immediately and disable the username map script option.
Hi, my name is Sujal and I will be presenting the privilege escalation vulnerability. This involves the two chained weaknesses. First, the SSH service accepts default credential, which are MSF admin and MSF admin, which were never changed. This gave us a low privilege cell as MSF admin with UID 1000. Secondly, the Nmap binary has the SUID bit set, meaning it runs as a root regardless of who executes it. Nmap's interactive mode allows spawning cell command, and since the Nmap runs as the root, the cell inherits root privileges. We SSH'd in with default credentials, confirmed we are the MSF admin, then ran an app interactive, uh, typed exclamation mark sh, and our who am I returned with root with UID 0. The fix is to change default SSH credential immediately and then remove the SUID bit from Nmap using the chmod u-yes.
File upload RCE. Moving to web application vulnerabilities, the first is an unrestricted file upload leading to remote code execution on port 80. DVWA's file upload page accepts any file type including PHP scripts with no server-side validation. We created a PHP reverse shell set to call back to our calling machine on port 4444 and started a netcat listener. We uploaded the file through the website The server confirmed the upload. We then navigated to the uploaded file's URL, which triggered PHP execution, and we received a reversal as www-data. The impact is remote code execution on the web server, allowing data theft, defacement, and lateral movement. The fix is to whitelist allowed file extensions server side and disable PHP execution in the uploads directory.
The second web vulnerability is the Apache Tomcat Manager default credentials vulnerability on port 8180. Nmap identified Tomcat 5.5 running on port 8180. The Tomcat Manager interface was accessible and accepted the default credentials Tomcat/Tomcat, which were never changed. The manager allows deploying WAR files, web application packages. We generated a malicious WAR file using MSF Venom with a JSP reverse shell payload, deployed it through the manager, and triggered it by visiting and deployed application URL. We received a reverse shell as the Tomcat 55 service account. The fix is to immediately change all default Tomcat credentials and restrict manager access by IP address.
The third web vulnerability is the OS command injection on port 80. DVWA's command execution page takes a user supplies IP address and passes it directly to the system ping command with no input sanitization whatsoever. By injecting a semicolon followed by any OS command, we can execute arbitrary commands on the server. We first injected the IP 127.0.0.1 semicolon who am I dash, which returned www data confirming command execution. We then injected same IP 127.0.0.1 semicolon cat etc password, and the full contents of the password file were displayed in the browser, which reveals all the system user accounts. The fix for this is to never pass user input directly to the system commands, and then implement strict input validation and deploy a web application firewall. So in summary, we identified 6 critical vulnerabilities across the both networks and web application attack surfaces. All results in either root access or sensitive data disclosure. Our key recommendations are to patch all the outdated services, change all default credential, remove unnecessary SUID permissions, implement web application input validation, and conduct the regular vulnerability assessment. Thank you.